Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's been a minute. It's been a while too. Shit. Hope y'all doing good. But today's video, I got a little story time for y'all. All right. Now, this was recent. All right. So nothing else. No more talking. Let's get straight into the story. All right. So look, I'm on IG texting this chick, right? So boom, we get to know each other, this and that. You know how it goes. You know how this beginning of like, when you text somebody, you know how it goes. So we texting, and then apparently that day that we texted, I guess there was like a rave slash club slash bar going on, and where I'm at. So I had no clue, right? I had no clue that this event was going on. So boom, we texting, and she sent me the little flyer, and I was like, and she was like, "You going?" Question mark. And I was like, "Shit." Cause the flyer has the address, so I searched up the address, and it's only like 10 minutes away from me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, alright, it's not that far, but I had never been to a rave, so I don't know how it's gonna go for me. So I guess we gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? So she sent me the flyer. She was like, "Hey, you going?" Question mark. And I was like, "Shit, if you want to go, we could go together." You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she wanted to go too. Well, obviously she wanted to go because she sent me the flyer, but the thing is that, like, she wasn't where I'm from. You know what I mean? So she was like, what, an hour away. She was in, what, I think Merced? Yeah. She was in Merced. So she sent me the flyer. She was like, "You going?" And I was like, "Shit, if you going, I'm going." Boom. We was like discussing like what to do. Like, oh, am I gonna like pick her up and then we gonna drive back to where I'm at, or like is she gonna come and then she gonna drive back? So we was discussing on like what, try to figure out what to do. You know what I mean? So after like what, 15 minutes of discussing, we came to a conclusion. It was like, all right, she gonna come, she gonna drive to where I'm at, and then when she comes, I'll drive her to the the event. I didn't mind, but shit, I was not finna pick her ass up and then come back to where I'm at and then go to the event and drop her ass off again. Fuck that shit. You got gas money, fool? You got gas money? So I was like, hell nah. But then she offered, she's like, I could drive to you and then we could go together. I was like, I bet. Say no more then. Shit. Sorry, my bad. It's a little cold in here. But she was on her way to come where I'm at, and then once she got here, she a little tall. I ain't gonna lie, like kind of like my height, but a little taller. But I was like, damn, you kind of tall as hell. I ain't gonna lie. But she got on these like big ass like furry, well, not furry, but then like fur boots. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, you brought a whole ass fur boot. But shit, she did look good though. I ain't gonna lie, she did look good. But once she pulled up, said what's up, and then boom, we went to go to like a little liquor store, cause I guess she wanted to like pregame before she goes. So I was like, alright, bet. I try to well, before like when we was discussing trying what to do, and I'm like, she was like, "Hey, you trying to get a bottle too? Cause I'm trying to drink. I'm trying to pregame before we go." And she's those type of girls where like, you know, she be down smoke, she be down to like drink. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see if I could get a bottle. So I hit up my brother, see if he could give me a bottle. I called, texting. He's like, nah, I'm out right now. And I'm like, damn. All right, so I called my other brother. He was like, nah, I don't want to be responsible for like, you know, anything that happens. And I'm like, all right, makes sense. That's fair enough. And then call my homie. He's like, nah, I can't get it for you tonight. Call my other homie, can't get it for you tonight. I was like, damn. Like, shit, tonight was not on my side tonight. Nothing was on my side tonight. I was like, shit. Fuck it. I was like, fuck it. We don't need a bottle. It's cool. We could like smoke before we go. So, try to get the bottle the best of my ability to like, you know, get bottle, but I couldn't. So I let her know. I'm like, I can't get you the bottle, but fuck it, we could just smoke and go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Once you put up, we hit to the liquor store, and then and also let me say this. Mind you, she was older than me. She was like what? I think 22. I'm like 20. I was like, shit. I don't. Age is just a number. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, I could get a bottle for us, and I'm like, all right, cool. That's cool with me. I'll just pay you. You know, because supposedly I was supposed to get the bottle, so I'm like, it's cool. I'll pay, and then. Apparently the liquor store that we went to, they didn't have like the big bottles or like the regular size Tito bottles. And yes, she wanted Tito's, and I'm like, shit, you one of those person. You were like you like white liquor, bruh. I'm like, shit. I'm gonna get fucked up, or not fucked up, but then I'm gonna get like, hopefully not drunk. Shit. And I didn't want to crossfade too, cause you know I wanted her to smoke too. So she came out with like what, 8 small bottles of Tito's, and shit. I'm like, okay, shit, you gonna drink all of that? And she was like, hell yeah. I was like, shit, you hella down. But she grabbed the 8 small bottles of Tito's, and we just I cashed out her. We left to go to the event and shit. On the way there, we was still like, you know, driving, get to know each other, like, hey, you, what type of music you like, all of that type of stuff. And shit, on the way there, I ain't gonna lie, bruh, my navigation was horrible, bro. Like, I was like, fuck, Andy, what is you doing right now, bro? You fucking that up. So, I mean, my navigation is not horrible, but it's somewhat okay. But took a little time to get there, but once we got there, we found a spot, parked up, and just chilled in the car. We talk about like, oh, well, we talk about Rave. We was like, oh, you ever been to a rave? And I'm like, nah, I never been to a rave. This gonna be my first rave, kind of, I guess you could say, for tonight. So yeah, we was talking about all that, and then boom, she wanted to pregame, so we took the small Tito's bottles. I took 2. And fuck, it wasn't bad, but I'm not used to it, you know. It went down smooth though. That's all I can say. And then I took like 2. She took the rest. I'm like, shit. What timing is you on right now? Like, fuck, calm down. It's just like a regular ass rave club or bar, whatever it is. And so we took the bottles and we doing my talking. And I don't think we didn't smoke yet. So I think we did. She had a like a little wax pen. So I was like, shit, let me hit that shit then. Cause I brought mines, but you know, my shit is, or the type of like smoke I brought was like a little hard, so I didn't want to get fucked up before, you know, we even get inside. So smoked the wax pan. I guess she like put me on some like rave songs. And I'm like, shit, it's not bad. Like, I feel like when you're under the influence, like, you know, I feel like that shit's gonna be like thumping, like popping. So I'm open-minded, so I'm like, okay, that shit's cool, you know. Like if I ever go, like, yeah, like that shit's gonna be thumping. So she was putting me on some rave music, this and that. I think one of them was like Tesla, some shit like that. And then hung in the car. We hung in the car for like what, 30 minutes to probably an hour, because I think the club didn't start, or yeah, the base. I'm gonna just call it the club, because the club didn't start until like what, I think 9 or 8. Shit, I forgot. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, hung in the car for 30 minutes to an hour, and we decided to go in. So it's cold as shit. So that kind of like, shit, I didn't really want to fucking be outside. So got outside, went to the building where the event was happening, and then at the start, not a lot of people showed up. Only like what I would say, like max, like probably like almost 10 people when we got there. So it was cool, you know. They had a little bar. People, like, they had a little DJ. They got DJs too. Forgot to tell y'all that. Yeah, they had DJs. They had like lights, of course, for like rave type of vibe. So got there. They played some like some music or like beats, and we were just chilling. You know, starter, like, I know people wasn't gonna show up early, cause you know not a lot of people show up like on time. So just chilled, and then there's like a little door that goes out to another building, and then that building there's like a hall, and then down the hall is like bathrooms and other, like, you know, businesses. Like, I don't know if it's like big businesses or like small businesses, but you know, you can tell it's like, you know, people own that store or whatever. So yeah, we chilled for a bit. She wanted to go to use the restroom. I'm like, all right, let's go. And then the building that has a hall, pretty nice, not gonna lie. And then once she got out, there's like a little couch. We just chill there for a bit, talk, get to know each other a little more. And mind you, like the Tito's that we took, it was kind of kicking in. It's kind of kicking in already. And then we just chill for a bit, talk on like just like a little couch. So we just chilled on that, and then talk a little more. And then we decided to go back in to see if it was more popping. So a little more people showed up, you know. So we decided to, you know, like, you know, get into the mood, like dance, whatever. And shit, it's my first time, so it's just kind of awkward for me. So I'm like, I'm like bobbing my head up and down. I was like, okay, let me feel this shit real quick, cause it was the Tito was kicking in, but it wasn't kicking in like enough for me to like damn, this shit thumping. So it was just like a little light, and I'm like bobbing my head. I'm like, okay, and when I look back at her, that chick was like, she was like all in, like I'm telling you, like she was feeling that shit, and I'm like, damn, what the hell? Like this how you get lit? I was like, shit, I'm not on your timing then. Like you probably went with the wrong person, cause this is my first time, and like I don't like fucking know what I guess you could say to do, cause like my first time going to Rave, like I want to get lit with you, but you know it feels awkward for me. So she was getting lit already. She was like moving like her whole body like back and forth, like she was, I don't know how you say it. I think they call it like, they do the little motion while like they go like back and forth with the like their upper body. I don't know. I think it's like this, probably a rave term for it, but I don't know. But she was doing that, and then I'm like, shit. And oh yeah. So when we got there, when we head back in to see if it was thumping, so a little more people showed up, and then like my first time at a like rave club bar, whatever, it was kind of like emo, you know, goth type of vibe. So when the people showed up, I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is my first time actually seeing this shit. So I'm not used to this like environment, you know. So when the people that showed up, they were dressed of course they're like kind of goth, whatever. And I see dudes that be dressed, you know, as females, or like not. I guess you could say like yeah, as girls, but. And mind you, I got no problems with people that are like that, you know. I respect y'all. Like I have no problems with y'all, but it was just like my first time, you know, seeing that type of people, you know, or those type of people. So yeah, so shit. I'm looking back at it. I was like, shit. It was like a little crazy night. So it was my first time seeing those goth girls and guys, and so after I looked back at her, she was dumping. Basically we just danced, but shit, I wasn't dancing. So let me see. It was cool. It wasn't too bad, but I could see from like her like I could see her like her vibe, like her energy, like damn, like I might have went with the wrong person, but you know, I don't know if that's her intentions. But so we chilling there for a bit, we feel the music for a bit, and then her friend was coming. She pulled up. We went to go look back for her, or we went out to go look for a friend. And then they was in the car. We found them. We got inside, and then it was like, I think a white girl and like I want to say like I think she was like Mexican. So they was talking. I was just in the back chilling, hitting her wax pan, and then they just caught up on, you know, on some personal shit, and then they was just telling each other like basically lore, like tea that happened at another event that her friends went to. So they were just talking about that. They had a bottle of Tito's, like a big ass bottle. They was taking that shit, and when it's time, and I can't believe like it ain't nothing wrong, but you know, the friend like needed to piss, so the friend that's in the passenger, I think she opened the door for her for the other friend who was the driver. So you know, nobody could look at her. So the friend that was driving, she went around the car, came to the passenger side door, bent down on the curb, and took a piss. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, I never like see nobody do that. Like, but you know, I didn't think of much of it, you know. But it just, I was just like, you know, what the fuck? Like, yeah. So basically, she did that, and then after that, just talk a little more in the car, and then when it's time to, you know, go back into the building or the event, yo, the friend that's in the driver's seat, she got out the car, stood up, yo, she was fucking, she like a titan, bro. She like a titan. I was looking up. I was like, shit. Like, what you be eating? Like, let me get your high too. Like, the hell? And then, besides that, the outfit that she was wearing, it's so like, you know how rave people are. It's basically like bikinis, you know, like no clothing, just like straight bikinis. I'm like, okay, you know, like it's technically a rave, so I wouldn't be surprised if people came like that, you know. But yo, she got some, she got some fat ass titties, bro. Or like, basically, yeah. I like, shit. Yo, I'm in my mind like, damn, those are fucking huge, bro. But then, like, you know, when you look down, that bitch got no ass, bro. I'm telling you, that bitch got no ass, bro. But shit, I'm like, I mean, I guess, like, shit, you look good from the top, but down, you know, shit, not much there, shit. But we went inside. They was dancing and shit. Fuck, like I just felt out of place, bro. Like there was people like feeling it, dumping. Like most of them was like dumping. Most of them was just laid back, feeling the music, feeling the beat and shit. And they wasn't doing too much. I'm like, shit, I'm with y'all, you know. Like I'm not that thumping, but I feel the music and stuff, you know. So we went inside. She went with her friends, and then I think she wanted me to go like in front of the DJ to like dance and shit. I'm like, hell nah, I'm not going up front or some shit. Hell nah, like I'm not even that dumb to like dance, you know. I just want to like, you know, be on some relaxed, calm, and feeling the music. But I was like, nah, you go ahead. You go dance with your friends. And I just like, you know, chill back, you know, do my own thing. And when she left, I was like, okay, cool. Let me just do my own thing. It went on for like probably like 5 minutes, and then she came back. I feel like she was trying to give me hype. She was trying to give me lit too, but I was like, I just could not get lit, bro. I like that type of environment. I'm not used to it, you know. So I'm trying to like, you know, like get lit, trying to make myself, but I just feel like whenever I do it, I just feel forced, you know. It's not natural. It doesn't, you know, look normal, or like not normal, but it doesn't look natural when I'm like, you know, dancing and stuff. So when she came back, we danced for a little bit, or basically like, you know, getting lit together. And basically, I would say like 2 minutes after that, we went to go back to the bathroom, or like, you know, so she could like use the restroom. We went back. We was with her friends too, and then they went inside to use the restroom. I waited, you know, for that chick, the girl that I was with. And then I was waiting, and then boom, they came out. That chick just left me there. I'm like, bitch, like, you forget I'm here or something? Like, I took your ass here. Like, shit, you just finna leave me here? I'm like, alright. I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, she talking to her friend, and she probably forgot. And then when I went to go back inside where, you know, they was throwing that rave, I think she went off, and I was like, bro, where'd she go, bro? Like, do I really got love for her? So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit down. So they had like a little sofa thingy, whatever majiggy it is. I sat down, just, you know, doing my own usual thing, just, you know, feeling the music. And then she texted me. She was like, I'm outside. And I'm like, you know what, you forgot about me, you left me. But I didn't, it sound petty, but, you know, I didn't want to. It ain't no petty shit. I was like, alright, you know, I'm just gonna ignore that. And then she texted me again. She was like, I'm outside, where you at? And I just came out, and she was waiting outside. I think she took a little smoke break, went back inside. And when I went back inside, or like throughout that time we was there, I saw this fine ass chick. I'm telling you, bruh. She was in some jorts, and I think some like little boots. I think she got on like a leather jacket, and she got 2 ponytails. I'm like, damn, she was fine as shit. Gosh damn, like shit. So I wasn't staring, but I was staring. You know what I'm saying? So, damn. I feel so bad, but you know, it's just a guy thing, you know. I was staring, but I wasn't staring. So she looked at like, I think, Mexican some shit, but she was just doing her thing. She was just dancing, and I'm like, all right, she's just dancing, whatever, this and that, and I'm telling you, the whole time I was there, bruh, I felt out of place, like. And then there's like a light skinned dude. Like I think he's one of the hosts, probably. I don't know. But they came up to the chick that I was with, their little group, their little friend group. I think they know each other, whatever. I don't know. They was like getting lit, and then he turned around. He looked at me, and he was like, you know how dudes when like, you know, like when they're like distance, they nod their head like what's up, but like kind of like that thing, like that dude, he did that, and I was like, yo, what's up, like, and he was trying to get me lit too, you know, like it's like that bro type of thing, like, you know when you're at a party and you see someone like you know, they're there, but they're not dancing, but they're not getting lit. So you try to like hype them up type shit. So he was doing that to me. I was like, okay. But like deep down, like I didn't want to, like, it felt awkward, you know, for me at least. I think it's just me, but yeah, he was trying to get me lit, and like just like a split second. We just, hey, hey, that type of shit, you know. But it didn't work. I went back to my normal ways. So I think the saying is true. You know, you gotta go with the right people. But you know, it is what it is. You know, fuck it. So we stood there to like the party or the event didn't end till 1. So the music was loud as shit too. When we got out of the building to go to use the restroom, bro, my ear was like it was kind of bad. Not gonna lie, I felt like I was deaf. So after that light skinned dude tried to get me lit and shit, or try to hype me up. Same shit, you know, just do my little, you know, nodding head and shit, and by like 30 minutes later, they want to go use the restroom again. So I just sat by the little sofa, and then the chick, or not the girl that I saw that was fine as shit. I think she came to use the restroom too. I think, and then so it was me and the chick that I was with on the sofa, and then she came to come talk to us too, and it was like, okay, like I think she was introducing herself. I don't know. I think she was introducing herself, and then they were just talking, and then we got to the topic of like, you know, this is my first time raving, or like this type of, you know, rave environment, you know. And I was just saying like, oh, like I'm not used to this. I just feel forced when I, like, you know, get lit with her dance. So she was like, oh yeah, like I feel like I'm forcing it too, but you know, just be yourself, you know, do this and that. I was like, okay, you know, I get you, but you know, I just gotta get used to it, you know. So after that whole conversation, we just went back inside. We were like ready to dip, or she was ready to dip. I was like, alright, bet, I'm ready to fucking dip too. So yeah, basically we left, got out of went back inside the building. And hold on. Let me rewind it real quick. So when I first saw that chick, or the fine ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Throughout the night, you know, she was staring back a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, she want me. But I was just fucking around, you know. Like in my head, I'm like, she want me, but you know, probably it's just like, you know, natural to look at other people, but but yeah, she was staring back. I was like, shit, what you wanna do? Well, I didn't say that, of course, but you know, like, what you wanna do? So, but yeah, we left, and then oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that, like, when we was discussing that chick was gonna drive down and I take her, so the part that I left out was she was down to crash at my place. I'm like, shit, I'm cool with that. Like, shit, you can come crash at my place whenever, shawty. Crash at my place whenever, shawty. So we left to go to my house, or my place. Smoked. I think you smoked like, what, half a joint. And she was like, nah, I'm cool, I don't want to smoke no more. I was like, alright, cool. I thought we was gonna smoke this whole joint, but it's all good. So we just talked, put some music on, and I'm like, hey, you want to smoke it Uno? We just, bro, how she play Uno pisses me off, I ain't gonna lie. The way she played Uno, that shit kind of turned me off. Like, like the way she played, it didn't even wanna it didn't make me like her no more, bruh. Like that kind of like pissed me off. And let me explain to you how she played Uno. So if I'm about to win and I call Uno, you know, last card, she she will literally pick up from the deck pile until she gets like a +2, +4, and I'm like, dog, that's really how you play? And while she's picking up, I'm like, there's no, are you sorry, I'm trying to explain, but I'm thinking back, it just makes me hella mad. So while she's picking up cards from the deck pile, throughout that time frame, I'm like, do you not have the color that I said? Like, there's no way that you don't have that color red or blue or green, whatever the color was. And she was like, she was laughing at all. She's like, no. I'm like, bitch, do you see me laughing? Like, the fuck? I'm trying to win. And before, like, I think this was our second game, because the first game I let it slide, because, you know, I'm motherfucker trying to hit, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker trying to hit. So second game, I'm like, I ain't letting that shit slide. I told her, like, bro, that's really how you play? Like, the hell, you got no color that I said? And she was laughing. While she was laughing, she was like, no, I don't have that color. And then boom, she draws a +4. I'm like, but show that +4 up your fucking ass, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. And we played like 4 games, I think. And I didn't want to play no more. Like, I just want to freaking watch a movie or some shit, you know? I didn't want to play no more. And the last game we played, I took that shit. I took that dub. And she was like, man, whatever. Like, yeah, you better get mad. I get mad too. Shit. So yeah, I won that last game. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Let's just watch a movie or something. And she was like, alright, bet, I'm down. And like, you know, we was high, you know, we was like laughing and shit. It was like, it was good shit, good times. And then it was kind of cold. We just watched a movie for a bit, and she was like, do you like cuddles? I'm like, hell yeah. Like, but mind you, like, she look good, but she on the skinny side, you know. But for me, I don't give a shit, you know. Like, I don't discriminate. I don't judge. Like, you could be skinny. You could be maybe not like, you know, a torta, but if you got a pretty face, maybe I'll consider it. But if you skinny, I don't mind it, you know. But she was on the little skinny side, you know. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, she still look good, whatever. And she was like, you like cuddles? I'm like, hell yeah, I like cuddles. And then cuddle, and then boom, knocked out. But the thing is, like, hitting, like, trying to hit was not on my mind at that time. So I'm like, you know, if I hit, I hit. If I don't, whatever, you know. So the whole point of this was just to see my first rave experience, whatever. But a little deep inside, I was trying to hit too, but fuck it. But yeah, she would watch a movie, cuddle, and then we knocked out. Next morning, just wake and bake. I'm like, shit. I wasn't trying to wake and bake, not gonna lie. But, you know, I decided, you know, fuck it. You know, just wake and bake. Had good laughs. We was watching The Hangover. And then, not gonna lie, that joint put me right back to sleep. I was trying to, like, it was kicking in. Like, it was making me tired. It was making my eyes closed, and I was fighting that motherfucker. I was trying to stay awake, but it got to me. I think I knocked out for a bit, and then she was like, "Hey, Andy, I'm gonna go," and then she left, and then I think well, not I think, but when she left, she went to her car. I think my parents they was coming into the driveway of the house, and I think they saw. She's like, "Were you talking to that girl?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm not talking to her. She's just my friend." And she was like, "Oh, you know how Hmong, like Asian people or like Hmong people are, like, they be wanting you to date their own race or whatever." And to me, I don't discriminate whatever, but they were just like lecturing whatever. And when my dad was like, "Hey, did she sleep at your house, or did she sleep over or some shit?" But it wasn't like mad. It looked like he was like happy, kind of, whatever. He said it, and he was laughing too. I was like, it's not no big. It wasn't no big deal. And but my mom, but she was like, pretty sure it was a big deal for her, but yeah, pretty sure. Hopefully, I didn't leave anything out. But yeah, that was like my first rave experience, So I just wanted to tell y'all, my first rave experience, how it felt to be there. But hopefully y'all enjoyed that video. This is like my first story time on this channel, so if y'all like more like story time, I got more story time for y'all if y'all want to hear it. But if that's if y'all like this type of content, though, I'm not gonna put any content if y'all don't like it. So if y'all want some more story time, I got a few more. I got more stories to tell y'all. I say good ones too. Not gonna lie, some good ones. But yeah, this is my first story time at a rave. Hopefully y'all enjoy this video. Stay tuned for more videos. I got more videos coming planned. And yeah, try to get these videos out to y'all. And hope y'all stay safe. Enjoy the video. Like, share, subscribe. Peace out, y'all.